Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live. And thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. So this is take 2. I literally hope that this is working and that there's no echo and that you guys can hear me okay. So can you please confirm if you're in the chat, if you can hear just me talking right now? I am here with Shannon and from Sage Coaching and Healing, right? Oh, did I get that right?
Yeah, Sage Coaching and Energy Healing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And we are going to be talking about a 30-day cleanse that we are going to be leading together that starts on May 30th. So I want to welcome Shannon. Okay, good. They're like, yeah, just you. I want to welcome Shannon.
Awesome.
I think I'm going to leave that replay up. I think I'm going to leave that other video up just so we can all continue having an experience of the madness that was. Oh my God. Okay, sounds great. We're getting some good feedback. Thank God.
Right, good to go.
Holy moly. I have no idea what was going on. That was savage. And the more I talked, the worse it got. So, but now we're here and now it's working. So we are going to dive into this conversation. And I've been talking about it a little bit here and there, but today's the day where we get to talk about it a little bit more extensively, explain what are the components of the cleanse, why is this a good time to cleanse, explain some of the products that we are going to be using and what kind of support you're going to be getting for the 30 days that we'll be doing the cleanse together, and some other details about a conversation and a Zoom webinar, a free Zoom webinar that we're going to be having, as well as the orientation that we'll have before we start. So Shannon, I would love for you to introduce yourself to everybody, what you do, and maybe what are you most excited about this cleanse?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Shannon, Stories from the Lion's Mane, or Sage Coaching and Energy Healing. And I do coaching, generally life path or life path integration coaching, generally like all life coaching, focusing also on energy healing. So being a Reiki practitioner and teacher, as well as past life regression sessions are things that I do. But I also work with crystals, and I've gotten into it over the last, I don't know, about a year, working with essential oils and doTERRA products, especially, or only actually. So I'm super excited for this cleanse. I've been using a lot of the doTERRA products just as a daily habit and practice. So I use the essential oils for diffusing. I put them on my body. I take them internally. I use some of these supplements that we're going to be using during the cleanse, as well as some others, and just some of the other products as well, because they're so natural. They're certified pure, therapeutic grade. They're healthy. And this is a way to, I'm just super excited to just kind of reset my system a little bit through this cleanse.
I love that. Yeah, I did this cleanse last November, and I did it by myself. Like I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what was the effect of it. And that's what I usually do before I lead any kind of program like this, where we're going to be like taking stuff internally. I really research the company and the products, and I make sure that everything is like the highest quality, especially when you're cleansing. You don't want to be putting toxic stuff in your body while you're trying to detox from toxic stuff. So this is a company that I have been with for, I guess, close to a year now. And I've been playing around and trying all of the products as well, just like you, and trying them topically, internally, taking the supplements. And ever since I did the cleanse, I have continued to use the supplements, and I've noticed a huge change in my energy level. I've noticed that I have actually been able to feel like I have more energy. I feel like I have more energy. And I also have been able to lose a little bit of weight, which I mean, I don't have that much weight to lose, but I do want to get more toned up. And since I've been using the products, I have noticed that they've helped me to release a lot of the bloating that I used to experience. So I'm like all in, you know? So I'm excited about this cleanse, but I would also love for us to share why would we do a cleanse altogether? What's your perspective on that?
Well, for us to do it all together, I like the idea of doing it in a group just for that support. There's some accountability that happens there. It's different energy when you're doing something with a friend or a group of people rather than just on your own. It's nice to share the experience with someone else and know that you're going through similar things, share what's happening. It's a way to kind of cheer each other on and support one another. So I really like that idea about doing it as a group.
I love that. And the reason why I have done cleanses in my life is because I have, ever since I was little, like when we were little, we used to eat a lot of dairy and a lot of gluten. So we had like cereal with milk, and I mean, literally like that's all we ate, you know, and we had a lot of sugar. We ate a lot of candy. So my digestive system has been through hell in my life. And I also now know that whenever you have digestive system issues, especially like with releasing, like going to the bathroom, issues with when you're not releasing, like constipation, like I used to have a lot of that. That was like my main thing. And ever since I started doing my own personal work, I've started to see the movement, see the release in my own system. And it's been a long long journey into finally realizing that a lot of my digestive systems, one, came from, and we took a lot of antibiotics too. So a lot of my digestion issues came from childhood emotional trauma and things that I learned. Like I learned to hold things in. It came from the actual like crap that we were eating, literally. And my parents just didn't have that, like, this wasn't a thing. I mean, it was, but I think like healthy eating, it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing that my parents were really like informed in, especially the connection between digestion, food, eating, all that stuff, and your emotional well-being. Those things are so intricately connected. And so whenever I choose to do a cleanse, I do it because I know that my body needs that to feel better, and that it will in turn support me in my emotional healing. Because one of the things that we have about our relationship with food is that many of us might not do drugs or things like that, but our relationship with food also really determines how much we're addicted to certain kinds of foods or drinks or things like that, and how we use food consumption to put a Band-Aid on things, emotional things. I don't know, what's your perspective on just that aspect of using food to soothe our emotional stuff?
It's the same idea as using drugs or anything else to soothe yourself, but it doesn't produce any results. So it's something that is very common. And a lot of times either people will eat or overeat to soothe, or they won't eat at all when they're emotionally imbalanced. So when there is this unbalance, there's a lot of things that we will do that we learned, rather than dealing with the emotions to try to soothe them, and it's in an unhealthy way. So this is a way to, one, you can also, there's a lot of things that I think that I deal with in my coaching to help reset some of those beliefs and patterns that result in unhealthy behaviors. But this is a way to actually physically deal with the body in some of that. Now, I also generally try to eat healthy, but occasionally, I go for the things that I shouldn't. And this is a good way to reset that for me. Generally healthy eating, I don't really have a whole lot of physical issues with it, other than I don't feel well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, we all have it. We all have it, you guys. I would say my go-to comfort food would be like French fries, and
speaking my language, or nachos.
Or like we all have, or like even pizza, we all have it. Like for the longest time, I stopped eating cheese. I stopped eating gluten. And for some reason, I think this whole, what we've been going through collectively for the last few years has really like stressed people out to the point where we're all really comfort food eating, or like comfort eating. And a lot of us have gained a lot of weight. I mean, myself included. And I've been on the other side of that, because I was like, okay, this needs to stop. We've all been probably exercising less, like just sitting at home, So I feel like this is also another reason why it's important to have a reset. So two big things. It is going to help reset. It's going to give your body a break from all of the taking in the food that's not good for your body. Two, it's going to also help you to see the issues that you're trying to hide by eating comfort foods. Right. And that's why I think people have such a hard time with cleansing, because it's not because it's emotional. You instantly step into the realm of, now I got to deal with emotional stuff trauma, things I'm trying to cover up with food. So
Right.
so one of the reasons that we are doing this, and we're doing this as a group, is, like you mentioned, is the support. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of jump into that part, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Is jump into the part of like, we're going to support each other through this, because this is definitely something that more than likely will bring up things that are of the emotional realm and the emotional healing that may not feel comfortable. And so why do a cleanse as a group is because you have the support. So I would love for you to share a little bit about the kind of support that we are going to offer to everyone during the actual 30 days that we're going to be doing the cleanse.
Yeah, during the cleanse. So when Jai and I were talking about doing this cleanse, this aspect was really important to both of us. And we were thinking of ways in which we would like to be supported, or feel like how can we share support to help make this a fun and easier process, and also then to help each other out through this. So what we came up with is that we're going to do weekly Zoom check-ins. So we'll be able to spend some time together live on a Zoom call with one another to talk about what we're experiencing, how we're feeling, both in our body, emotionally, and otherwise. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to have those check-in sessions every week during the cleanse, so that we can see each other's faces and share and feel that group support for one another. So we'll have that, as well as weekly emails that we're going to be sending out through the course of the cleanse. Now, that email is going to include some recipes that we're going to share with you for some ideas that you may want to have for during your week. We're going to also provide you some suggestions for some other supportive essential oils to help you emotionally. So there's a lot of emotional aspects that essential oils can assist with. So, if you need a little bit more vibrancy, like energy, or if you need some soothing or balance, we'll be sharing some ideas for different oils to use and ways to use them. And then we're also going to support that with some sort of practice that has to do also with the energy and spirit. So whether it's mantras, whether it's some other sort of practice that will support you during this time frame, especially the way that it is laid out. So we're going to try to line up with what's going to be happening for us while we're in that week, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
the other one is the Telegram group, right? Where we can go and you can chat with one another whenever you feel like you need a little support, or you want to share something that was great that you feel or happened, or anything that you want to share with the group who's doing the cleanse.
Yeah. And I was going to say that if whatever issue you have, there's an oil for that. So
yes.
Honestly, I mean, there's so much support with the essential oils. So it's cool that it's all in one place. Honestly, like it's all in one. The company makes everything that we need for this cleanse. So what I'm gonna do a little summary of that. And basically, we're gonna meet once a week on Zoom. So we have a weekly Zoom meeting. We will be sending weekly emails, like Shannon said, with the recipes and the support and the energies. Talk about the energies of that week and whatever we're focusing on in the cleanse. And the Telegram group is for daily contact. So whatever questions you have in the moment, you go in. It's chat. So it's a group chat. So in the moment, we're all going to be looking at it. We're all going to be like aware of that and try to answer the questions and things that come up as soon as they come up. So that is why it's so important to do a cleanse together, because like we said, it's a challenging thing, especially if you are prone, if there's a lot of shifting and changing that you have to do with your diet, the more change and shift that you have to make with your diet during the cleanse, the more challenging it's going to be emotionally for you. So that's why the support is there. And we expect that, although for some of us, it's actually a really beautiful experience and we feel amazing the entire time. The goal is we're going to feel amazing at the end. Like, I promise you that. Right? We're like really talking about all the heavy stuff because we have to get that out of the way so that you really get an opportunity to just sit down with it and ask yourself, is this something that I want to do? Is this something that I'm ready to do? And I would go into looking at your human design and finding out how is the way that you make decisions. Like, for example, if you're a generator, you got to ask yourself, yes or no. Do I want to do this cleanse? Yes or no? And like the instant answer that you get, like it's very intuitive. It's an intuitive process. For me, everything, I make decisions that way, meaning intuitively. And so if you feel it, if you feel called, then just jump on in because that's literally the universe supporting that decision, supporting this experience, and letting you know that this is something that's going to be really good for you, or good, but growth will happen, healing will happen through this experience. So what I want to cover now is go a little bit deeper into some of the sort of the recommended diet that and the products. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna show you a picture of the products that we're gonna be using. So give me 1 second for me to share this, and you guys should still be able to hear me. So this is called the Cleanse and Restore kit that we're going to be using. You can see here we've got these 3 bottles on the top. One says PB Assist, one says GX Assist, one says Zendocrine. We have over here on the right side a product called DDR Prime, another one called Zendocrine, and the Lemon Essential Oil. We have the Lifelong Vitality Pack that is basically 3 bottles, and each one has a different purpose. And then we have the TerraZyme, which is the enzymes. So all of these are products that are going to help in the cleansing procedure. That sounds funny, but so I want to speak kind of generally about this because we're going to have a Zoom meeting where we're going to go deeper into each of these products and what each of them does and how they're going to support you during the 30 days for the cleanse. But for now, I just want to do a general explanation. So you've got the enzymes to help break down food. You've got the probiotics to help rejuvenate your digestion. You've got in your gut biome, you've got the products, the GX Assist and the Zendocrine products, which are the ones that help with a lot of the cleansing, the more intense, like getting rid of toxins. You've got the Lemon Essential Oil, which is good. We put that in water, so that's also good for cleansing. The DDR Prime is a product that is good for cellular health. And the Lifelong Vitality is the supplements, which is the vitamins and the minerals that support your whole system all together. So just so you have an idea, these are the products that we're going to be using, and there's a couple of more that are recommended. You can add on, but you don't have to. This is the basic stuff that we're going to be using. So the reason why I feel like this type of cleanse is a very gentle cleanse is because really all you have to worry about is that you're taking the supplements and the supportive supplements on a daily basis. And there is actually, if I switch over to the next screen, there is this handy dandy chart that is all about, let's see if I can kind of help a little bit here. So it's the Cleanse and Restore Protocol. So gastrointestinal, endocrine, and cellular detox support is what we get. And the thing, you're going to be using this, it's like a checklist every day for the 30 days. So this is how easy it is, okay? On the left side, you've got the product, and it tells you, for example, Terrazyme. You have to take one in the morning, one in the afternoon on an empty stomach, and then 1 to 3 before each meal. Add more based on the size of the meal. Okay. Lemon, 2 drops in 8 ounces of water 5 times a day. Lifelong Vitality, 2 from each bottle twice a day with your morning and evening meal. The Zendocrine Complex, 1 with the morning and 1 at night. This is the added product that you can add is the turmeric soft gels, which I actually highly recommend because turmeric is it's anti-inflammatory. So it's really good. So you can add that. The soft gels, the Zendocrine soft gels, the GX Assist, the DDR Prime, and then the probiotics. However, you're not doing everything every day, because you'll notice here on the first 10 days, you do the Terrazyme, the lemon, the Lifelong Vitality, the Zendocrine, the turmeric, and the Zendocrine soft gel. But the GX Assist doesn't start until week 2. The DDR Prime doesn't start until week 3, and the probiotics we take on the last week. So I don't mean weeks, I mean 10 days. Sorry. This is split into 3 set of 10 days, which is activate days 1 through 10, reset days 11 through 20, and renew days 21 through 30. So we'll go into more detail about this in the Zoom meeting and obviously in the orientation, and you'll get yours to print out and all that stuff. But I wanted you guys to have sort of a general idea of what this is going to look like in a more in a more kind of overview way. So that's kind of the protocol for the actual cleanse. But obviously, you probably have the question of what are we supposed to eat, right? Would you like to share maybe a little bit about what types of foods are really good to eat during a cleanse, Shannon, and then I can go over the little part about the diet kind of restrictions.
Yeah. So basically it's focusing on organic foods first and foremost, because we're trying to reduce the load of toxins in our system. So you're going to want to make sure that you are planning your meals and what you need for the week so that you can be prepared, but focus on organic foods to start with. What we also would recommend are like leafy greens, fruits, veggies, pretty much. Avocados are like one of my favorites too. Through this program, you're going to want to get whole citrus foods like lemons and limes to help season and flavor your meal preparations. But I would focus on fruits and vegetables first and foremost, organic, and it's a wide variety. There really aren't any that are eliminated through this program. You can make different decisions for yourself based on if you have additional weight loss goals during this program. So there may be different ways that you choose that. You can eat lean, organic, kind of like free range, no, really healthy choices for meats if you choose to eat meat, like chicken or seafood, even lean beef, I would say as well. There really aren't limitations in that. It's about the quality.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
About the quality that you're going to want to do. And I would say in general, just because you're cleansing your digestive system, I personally, everybody can customize this a bit the way that they like, but I would probably personally limit my, meat protein intake in that regard to maybe like once a day, just if at all, and smaller amounts generally. I mean, the rule is generally like the inside size of your palm is what, typical portion should look like. So, and then it's about the preparation too. You're going to want to be using like coconut oil, extra virgin, again, these should be organic and really healthfully produced, like olive oil, coconut oil, things like that, maybe sunflower oil. It depends on what you're making and what you're comfortable using, but it's about the quality of it. So those are some of the things that I would say: eat what you need to. And you can always adjust based on how you're feeling. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we talk about any suggested eliminating?
No, for sure. So the what I love about this cleanse is not the kind of cleanse where you are going to starve yourself. This is why it's gentle, because you make sure that you take the supplements at the time that you're supposed to take them, and you make sure that you're getting the best quality food that you can, and you allow your body to ease into the more kind of intense sort of things, which I'll cover next. But right. So this isn't what I want for everyone that does this cleanse is to realize that, yes, this cleanse is a 30-day cleanse, and a lot of the products and the way that we take them are very much to get rid of the toxins in the body, especially in the digestive tract, and so you can eliminate all the toxins. But this is a lifestyle change that I want you to realize that you can make for the long term. That a cleanse is not something that you do. Yeah, the intense cleanse is something that you do only once in a while, like once or maybe twice a year. But it's the lifelong and lifestyle changes that I want you to realize that you can make for yourself, and you can feel better physically, emotionally, mentally, all of that, because your diet affects all of that. So you just need to know, like, if you're a vegan, you do vegan. You know what I mean? If you're a vegetarian, then you do this as a vegetarian. If you eat meat, like, you can still eat meat, like, it's not that you have to like, oh, stop everything for 30 days and like torture yourself. Like, not at all. This is about making healthy lifestyle choices for yourself and becoming more aware of what you're putting into your body. Because for 30 days, you're going to be very aware of everything that goes into your mouth, So to get the best results from a cleanse like this, there are some things worth considering that are the key to the success of the actual cleansing of, like, at a cellular level. And those are the things that we recommend that you don't do, that you stop doing during the 30 days. And this is where it can get like, oh my God, but that's my comfort food, right? So the main thing that is 100% for you do not want to be eating sugar during a cleanse. That's like the worst thing. It's a lot of work for your body to process sugar. It goes like, straight to like weight gain. It really affects your hormones. Like, it affects your moods. It's like too many ups and downs, and your system just goes haywire with sugar. So sugar, you don't want to do. Now, alternative forms of sweetening things, what I use is like organic maple syrup, things like that. So no stevia, nothing right. like that, but definitely alternative things. Like, you have to train, because if you eat a lot of sugar, you have to train your body to not need all the sugar. When I taste things that have a lot of sugar now, it's disgusting to me. Like, it's like, whoa, that's way too sweet. But we get used to, the so much sugar. So sugar, or processed sugars, right? That's a big no-no for cleansing. The other big no-no is gluten. And the reason is because the gluten that exists in our world today has literally zero nutrition. Zero nutrition. we can talk in more detail about like personal choices for the types of foods that you're gonna eat. Yeah, honey is another one, or another great one. I'm not necessarily sure about agave. I've heard conflicting things about agave. I would do either syrup or honey. But those are the kind of questions that we can definitely get into when we have the Zoom webinar. So that's the opportunity that you guys will get to actually ask the personal questions. But no sugar and no gluten. So you're like, but I love pasta. Well, then you're going to have to try to weed off of that by... I have some brands and things like to recommend for gluten-free pasta, because not all gluten-free pasta is made the same. I will teach you how to look at ingredients, you guys. That is 100% so important when you go buy alternative food. Like, just because you're eating gluten-free pasta doesn't mean you're eating healthy. So no gluten, no dairy, and that includes cheese. Sorry. Somebody said caffeine, no caffeine. So alternatives to weeding off of caffeine, because letting go of caffeine, especially if you're like a major caffeine drinker, is really hard. It takes time and dedication. So matcha.
I've got to interject here, because the first time I ever did a cleanse, like I was the kind of person who drank coffee like all morning and into the afternoon. And when I did a cleanse, I was able to get off it, and I've never really gotten back on it since. And it's been a long time. I have it occasionally, but you end up not needing it. But sometimes it can be a process weaning off, and there's plenty of time to prepare.
And then one of the things that I would recommend for weeding off of coffee is like an alternative to caffeine is matcha, which is much healthier for you than actual caffeine. Plus, caffeine itself, there can be a lot of toxic like pesticides on it and stuff like that. So you just have to be careful. Again, you have to look at ingredients. And I don't drink coffee either, but I do matcha. You're killing me here. Okay. And the last one, which to me is obvious, but I've never been into drinking alcohol in my entire life. I've never had good experiences with alcohol, any type of alcohol, whether it's like hard liquor or like mixed drinks or wine. Like I know a lot of people do their like evening wine thing. And alcohol is the one thing that if you're going to do a cleanse, you don't want to be drinking any alcohol. So if that's another thing, like sugar I think is I don't know which one's hard. What do you think is harder? I think it depends on your like habits. It depends on like what comfort food or drink you're like addicted to. So like if you're like every day I go have my caramel macchiato from Starbucks, like sorry, too much sugar. You know what I mean? Like You don't want to be, so it just depends. Everybody's got their own relationship to food, but those are the things that are highly recommended. No sugar, no gluten, no dairy, no caffeine, no alcohol. Can you do it?
And so these are recommendations to get the most out of what this process is supposed to do for your body. And again, when we go on the Zoom call where we can do Q&A live right then, we can go into it a little bit more and come up with more ideas and share some other stories with one another. But the idea also is, as Jai said earlier on when we started, is you're going to have to, if you're going to have to decide for yourself which level you're going to go. How much do you want to go in? All in? Halfway in? Because like these are recommended because it's going to give you the most benefit of going through this. So by doing this, you're going to feel so much more different. And this is why there's so much support, because like we're talking about this and we're like, oh my God, no, caffeine or alcohol or cheese, really.
You guys, it's like, okay, so you said that getting off of coffee was actually really easy for you. For me, getting off of gluten and dairy was actually really easy. And for some people, that's really hard. Like, especially
Right.
things like cheese. Oh, the other thing is smoking. We forgot to say smoking. So it seems like a lot, but at the same time, you just have to have an experience of it. And the truth is that if you give yourself, if you had this opportunity, this like magic wand, and you were here to help yourself, and you could just, touch something and then magically feel amazing, would you do it? Because honestly, if you think about 30 days is nothing. 30 days goes by so fast that it'll be like a blink of an eye. Give yourself a chance to feel the shift.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a chance to feel what it feels like to not do all that stuff. And also understand that if you do like most of the things that are on that list every day, it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but maybe you commit to doing it a little bit longer, to see like, okay, maybe 30 days is not long enough for me. Maybe I need a little longer. You're so welcome to just keep it going. And what I would love is for you to have such a powerful experience with even just the supplements, the enzymes, and the probiotics, because those are everyday things for me now. The lifelong vitality, which is the everyday minerals and the vitamins and minerals, the enzymes with every time I eat, and the probiotics to help with the bloating and the inflammation and the processing of food. Those are every day now. Like I can't imagine my life without those, because they've literally changed for me so much. So it's just amazing. So if you did you have something else to say?
One thing we forgot to say, I don't know why, no processed foods.
Oh yeah. I mean, these things are so
I
obvious
like
to
that's
me.
a given, but it isn't, like processed foods.
Like no hamburger helper,
Yeah.
like things like that.
Nothing in a package. No fake foods.
So that's why we're going to have a Zoom meeting.
Right.
Where you can ask all of the questions like, what about this? What about this? What about this? We'll have the meeting where you can actually have a lot. Yeah. Valerie's like, when is the Zoom? Okay. So the Zoom is going to be on May 1st. And it's going to be, did we say 3 p.m. Pacific?
Yeah, 3 p.m. Pacific, and it's a Sunday.
Sunday, May 1st, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. The orientation, and so that's when you'll get a lot more information. You get to ask all your questions. You get to ask all those personal questions. And then the orientation for the actual program is on the 22nd. And then we begin with the actual cleanse on the 30th of May. So you have a little bit of time to think about it, to process all the information, and to ask all the questions. So you're going to want to make sure that you purchase your products, obviously, so that you get them by the 30th. And they're literally, it's the pack that I showed you. It's a cleanse and restore kit. And we will have more details about how to actually purchase it, because you want to make sure that you're either using my link or Shannon's link to actually enroll for the program. That's the one requirement, is that you enroll either under me or her. And if you're already signed up for doTERRA, you just buy the packet. Like if you're already signed up under us, you just buy the packet. And yeah. So does that answer? Did we get all of it, Shannon?
Yeah, I think we went through everything we planned on talking about.
Awesome. I was kind of looking at the chat and being like, did we answer all the questions in the chat? I love Rebecca. I just want to say thank you for sharing your experience too. She says she's been taking the Lifelong Vitality for 7 years now and she feels amazing. 100%, like 100%. It's amazing. And also the same thing with, I've been off coffee. I think, I don't think I ever really was into coffee, honestly. I don't even know why I say I've been off coffee because I never really did it, or alcohol. I'm kind of a anomaly in a way. So these things seem to be a little bit easier, but it took a long time for me to get used to looking at ingredients, which is really important that you start doing. And we'll have a conversation about that in the Zoom call, and also when we're actually doing the cleanse as we're getting ready to go shopping for food and all that stuff. Like, I'm going to talk about ingredients because it is so important to know what is in the stuff that you're getting, because you can't even look at labels anymore. Like, they lie. Labels lie. You have to turn the thing around and look at the ingredients list. That's how I shop. I don't even care what the front of the package says.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we're having an orientation to go through all that for everybody who decided to join, so that it's also going to be a week before, so that we can, you have that, the orientation is timed like that so that you can prepare to either start weaning off of things or to prepare, making a few adjustments before actually starting to help you with the cleanse. And so that's timed like that so that you can get support prior to starting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. And I see your question, Angela. In the past, we have had people join us for some of the things that we've done, and I've kind of made some kind of like arrangement. I can't remember, what did we do? Like we had, she's asking a question, like if she already has a doTERRA account, but she's not signed up under us, with doTERRA.
I think then she could just order under her current account. I mean, it's if somebody's already signed up. Yeah.
Yeah. But to join the program, there'll have to be some kind of exchange for that. Because that's the thing. It's like we're not charging anything, because the way that it works is you signed up under us, and that's basically like the compensation or whatever. So we'll talk about that on the Zoom. I'll come up with what kind of exchange needs to happen for that. But of course, we would love to have you join us for the program. So there will be a way. I just need to figure out exactly how to do that. Because with all the emails and all that stuff. Anyways, just details. Cool. So I guess thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with us tonight. Yeah. This was exciting to go over this information and to share with you guys. And we're excited to also have that Zoom meeting. So you have to register for the Zoom meeting. There's a link in the description. I'll have to re-up it and put it from the last video. Oh no, it's on there. Nice. Okay. So if you click on the link that is right in the description, that's how you sign up for the free Zoom webinar. And you're not going to get the Zoom link unless you sign up through here. So if you're interested in getting more information and being able to ask questions in person with us on Zoom, then sign up under that link and you'll get the Zoom link and the passcode, and then we'll just go from there. So really excited about it. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. Anything else you'd like to say, Shannon?
Just thank you for being here. And I hope you join us at least for the Zoom information session, Q&A session. If you're considering it, we'd love to have you there. That way you can decide if this is going to be right for you. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there throughout the time to go through the challenges, but we'll have some fun too.
I love it. I can't wait. I'm really excited. And I think this is the perfect time. So it's the spring. We cleanse in the spring. We're getting ready for like the intense energy of the summer. I think it's going to be amazing. So thank you all. And we hope that you join us, and we hope that you have a beautiful week. Sat Nam.
Bye.